downs at the 16.
Come on now. Ready?
Now a play fake here on first down. This one complete to Devin Funchess. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
On the ground, McCaffrey. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Here's Newton. He gets it to Thomas. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Nice connection there with Ian Thomas, a rookie out of Indiana. And he's one of those guys that I truly believe his best football is ahead of him. Always has been a consistent blocker. His receiving gets better and better. I thought in 2017 with IU, he was terrific. And now, I think he gives a great addition to the Carolina Panthers passing game.
And they let their fullback try and push the pile. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now, 1st and 10 at their own 18.
Hey, Tuesday. Let's go.
They run the play fake to Coleman. Now Ryan. He completes it to Julio Jones. And he's brought down after a good game. That one goes for 24 yards. And that's the connection, Ryan to Jones, that this defense obviously has to key in on.
Certainly feels like they got the party started with that one, doesn't it? And when those two get in sync, it just scares the heck out of defenses, because he can hit Julio Jones in a short zone, and he can take it the whole way.
11 yards for number 11. 2 plays, 2 catches. You have a feeling they're going to look for him early and often, and that's to be expected. You got a player of his caliber, why not?
And I think it's also a message from them to the defense that you're not going to dictate to us what we're going to do with one of our better players, because so often you hear about defenses saying we're going to take away what you do best. In this case, they're going to move him around, find proper matchups, and to make sure they continue to funnel the ball to him.
And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on it at 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw again. Ryan trying to lay one up deep. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Open man is Westbrook, complete. Give him 30 yards there.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
A first chance in the red zone for the Falcons now. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Here's Leonard Fournette, 1,000-yard rusher from a year ago. Trying to get out wide, but he's going to be tackled right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. From the shotgun, Ryan. And that'll be hauled in by the tight end. It's Hooper for the Falcon touchdown. Austin Hooper, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Now here's Bryant to kick it away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at the 40. Now with toss, this is McCaffrey. And some room to maneuver. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
They go play action here on 1st down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Duke Riley in from his linebacker's spot. He's able to drop him for a loss of about 10. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. A shotgun snap for Newton. Oh, he's got him in wide open, complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. A good pickup there of 20 yards. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 36. Now Newton. And to the right side here, it's Allen. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack. But that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
And Thomas has it. They'll wind up getting 10 back there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and 5.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, You really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. And he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
And this offense back to needing 10 yards after the false start. 3rd and 10. Again, Newton. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. Pilardi now on to punt as he sends this one away. Atlanta now coming out on the field. Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Gun! Wait! Hey, express! Hey, wait! Hey, Tuesday! Hey, express! Go!
From the gun, it's Ryan. Drops it off for Coleman. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Give him 9 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and short.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. That one goes for 24 yards. Ryan now already over 100 yards passing in just this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. Here's Ryan to throw. Being chased out left. And an alley to run. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. And they were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Here's Ryan. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked by Kevon Seymour. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
On 2nd down, here's Newton. And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. Well, for last week's performance, which was so good, he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week. He got a lot of praise, and understandably so, from national media. Looking pretty good on that play, too.
And I love what he told us this week before the game. He talked about how much time they spend working on pass rush moves, every position, because anyone could go after the quarterback in their defense, and you can see how they've all absorbed their lessons.
3rd and long, it's Newton. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious.
And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
Carolina getting set to take the field. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
On first down, Newton. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. Newton will bring him up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. Out of the gun, Newton. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. He is racking the sacks up. Charles, 5 last week, now 2 here.
I don't care what they've done in scheme. It's not working. I mean, you can do it all day long, all night long. They did it all week, and it hasn't worked. And, in fact, on that last sack, I thought I saw him drop a Pro Bowl ballot at the feet of the quarterback and say, here's a pin right in my name.
He keeps playing like this. He'll be dropping those ballots from a plane above the city. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. The Panthers on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. From the gun, here's Newton. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. This may be one of the best stretches of defensive football that I've seen. I don't know about you. 5 sacks last week, now 3 here in this affair.
I would agree with that, and I've enjoyed watching the skill that's gone into it. You can see the intelligence behind it as well. He's watched tape, and he's setting people up, but relentless. That's the one word that keeps coming to mind. He does not want to be denied at getting to the quarterback.
And they're not denying him. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. They don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs. just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Here's Coleman, and they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
Luke Kuechly combines speed, intelligence, toughness, puts it all together. It makes plays like one we just saw there. He may not be a big-time blitzer, but, boy, he knows how to pursue straight ahead and make plays in the run game.
7 yards on the quick slant and a 1st down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to, pick up a 1st down.
Now it's Ryan. That one complete. He finds Shark. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Now Ryan. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield, but that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Right! 54, south!
They go play action now. Ryan. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well. Two minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout.
Hey, let's go! Let's go!
Now Ryan on first down. The left side completion to Jones. A really good pickup of 28 yards. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Ryan in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive.
21!
To throw again is Ryan. And now he'll tuck it and run. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 11 more yards that go around. A first down as well.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
It's Coleman here. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
12!
They come out here in the eye. And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1. The Panthers are going to take another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. This Carolina defense looking to keep him out of the end zone once more. 3rd and goal.
Hey, Rick Lance!
They'll toss it to Coleman. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Tevin Coleman, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Newton. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Here's Newton. Funches with a catch over the middle. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17. Newton to throw.
Barney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go, and let's see who's faster.
And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
It was funny during the draft process. Someone said to me, well, whoever takes Christian McCaffrey, as it turned out, it was Carolina. How are they going to use him? Is he going to be an every down back? Is he going to be a third down guy? They're going to use him in the slot? I mean, what are they going to do with him? And I just said, yes.
All of that.
No doubt about it. This kid can do it all.
And he did a nice job there out of the backfield to pick up the first. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. From the right hash, this from 33. And Gano's kick is right through. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Final play of the half. It's Ryan. Looking deep for Julio. And got his man complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. So we are at halftime here in Atlanta with the Falcons out in front. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
That one goes for 24 yards. Now a play fake here on first down. And finding the tight end Hooper. And I think the ball's out. And it's picked up by the Panthers. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Good starting position for the Panthers as they come up 1st and 10.
20.
Following the fumble recovery, Newton. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. A really nice gain of 25 yards. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 36. A shotgun snap for Newton. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
If you scouted DJ Moore prior to him entering the NFL, this is something you saw a lot on tape at the University of Maryland. They had to find ways to get him to football. Pitches, screens, those jailbreaks or tunnels, whatever it took, get the ball in his hands. And he worked like a running back after he caught it.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Newton, throw left side complete. It's Moore. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. This guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
A gain of 6 there on first. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. A great play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Panthers are a 2-point conversion away from tying up this football game. Now Newton will bring the Panthers up to go for 2. From the gun, Newton. Dancing to his left.
They made the decision to go for 2. They didn't get it. They remained down by 2 points. Should they have kicked it there?
A third quarter, I'm okay with it. Maybe first or second, you don't. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, again, I keep coming back to I don't like to chase a lot of points.
Yeah.
But I also don't know what kicking an extra point being down 1 does for me.
Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Julio Jones all alone. And he is down deep into Carolina territory. A big play there, Ryan to Jones. 58 yards. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. They get it to him running left. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game without talking about his intelligence and how he controls the whole defense. He quarterbacks that defense and at times will actually make checks just like a quarterback would on offense to get them into the right defense. They definitely were on that play. How about that finish, holding that to a minimal gain.
On 3rd down, it's Coleman. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Tevin Coleman with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Falcons will extend their lead. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Now onto the field, here come the Panthers. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 27. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Here's Newton now on second down. Throws left side, complete to Keenan Allen. And they'll take him down. At the 31-yard line. The Panthers on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Operating from the gun. Newton. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
I would dare say that these guys will have liked to have given their defense a little bit more rest since they gave up a touchdown their last time out. But the last one, man, that's not going to happen.
Yep, they're going to have to grab those helmets, get right back out there. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
They'll throw on first down with Ryan. In trouble and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. Stays on his feet.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
On first down, Ryan. Shark's got it left side. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 35. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. Ryan now nearing the 300-yard mark with still a quarter to play. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Ryan. Drops it off for Coleman. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Open man right side is Shark. And they're able to get this one down to the 25. And give them a gain of 37.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Throwing now, Ryan on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again, Ryan. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Trying to get it there to D.D. Westbrook, and it's 3rd down. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying, No more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Leo, go!
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Going to throw deep for the end zone. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Maybe a little fortunate there. That was leaking a little, maybe leaking a lot, but he got it.
Yeah, he actually was able to make it work. How about the body language, though, right? As he watched that ball leak to the right, trying to bring it back in, and had just enough to get it done.
This will be taken short. Back now here on EA Sports. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at about the 32. This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he slides to avoid the hit. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run.
Oh, my Cam. There's times when I'm not analyzing up here. I'm just appreciating. Led NFL quarterbacks in rushing last year. He is truly the ultimate weapon at that position.
On 1st down, Newton. Caught left side by Funchess. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. To throw on 2nd down is Newton. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. The Panthers on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. From the 50, Newton. Thomas has got it, complete. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the 1st down. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down. To throw is Newton. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. On 1st down, it's Newton. A quick throw here, that's complete. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Newton throwing again. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in 1 game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. Out of the gun, Newton. And that is incomplete. The safety, Keanu Neal, there to knock that one free. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Past the 20. And this is caught. He hits more. Felt compelled to go for it there on fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a fourth down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did. Newton will bring him up 1st and 10.
And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
12.
After the interception, here's Ryan. Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. And they're going to get this one up past the 25. 23 yards on the play.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, fourth quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah. And that's caught inside the 30. Well, hold on to that football, young man. It's the first NFL touchdown catch for DJ Chark. And the Falcons push further out in front. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Bryant's extra point up and good, and that will make this a 19-point game. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you've got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Newton. Over the middle, open is Thomas. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. 23 yards on the play. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Again, Newton. Allen has it, left side. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. They'll get 5 on the dump-off there, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a 1st down. Newton to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Moore. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Newton will bring him up 1st and 10, and he's 6 of 7 now on this drive. Here's Newton. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. A great effort there. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Panthers are able to cut into this lead. Gano the extra point, and that will get them one closer. Gano out to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Oh, look at this. Ryan's going to throw it. He's going to go for a big play downfield. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect. Despite the lead here in the fourth, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Tuesday. Wait. Go.
From the shotgun, Ryan eluding the pressure right. Looking downfield for Jones. That's caught at the 25. Touchdown, Falcons. Julio Jones, 77 yards. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A little antsy on the left side of the line.
Yeah, I think they got the guy in the end. I think they got the DN there on that one. And let's face it, he is so amped up, wanting to get a good get-off on the snap, jump too quickly.
So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. Newton can fight it. He lost the football. It's out. And the Falcons grab it. And he'll get this back down to about the 12-yard line. He let one slip away last week as well, so now 2 fumbles lost in as many weeks.
Well, we were out at practice, and we watched him work. And what did his quarterback coach talk about all week?
Being a 2-hand monster.
And we looked at each other. 2-hand. Oh, I get it. 2-hand monster. Both hands on the football, taking care of it, putting it away so the ball doesn't get dropped.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Ryan wants to throw it. His throw incomplete. Austin Hooper, the tight end, was the intended target. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
Now, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away, turns into a nice play.
Let's go.
On 3rd down, Ryan. That is caught inside the 5. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. They'll get 7 out of it, but it brings up a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And this one will not work out. It is incomplete. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work.
Well, the element of surprise was there. All right, there's no doubt about it. For us, maybe. But not for the guys on defense. An incomplete pass on the fake field goal attempt.
I guess, though, if you're trying to pick up the first in that spot, why not let your QB throw the ball, right?
That might be a better way to
your kicker, yeah. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. Nice move on the play, but he will be brought down shy of the 15. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll make it a second down. The shotgun snap for Newton. Across the formation, he's got a man. That's Allen. And he gets this one all the way up to the 40. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Now Newton on first down. Trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 48, and the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Allen, the intended receiver. Charles, when plays like that work, it's a thing to behold, but sometimes we see why they're very deep in the playbook.
And how many times have we been at practice and heard all the other guys chirping about, you know, I used to play quarterback in high school, I can do this, until it becomes a game situation. Not quite.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Mike Adams. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, I'm not going to tell him that you called him old in our pregame meeting, but this guy has been around a long time. If there's a trick in the book, he knows it. He probably even wrote a few chapters, and this is what he's always had, and that's a nose for the football. He's able to come away here with the interception.
One last throw here for Newton. Looking for Allen. He's got him on the slant. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up.